let's start. Today we are more than happy to welcome the presentation of OKA, which will be done by Fatih Ege. Fatih is doing a kind of traineeship in brackets because he's engaged in this moment in a particular project that Eurada is managing, in which Eurada is partner, which is agro-circular, dealing with the circular economy in the agro-food sector with particular regard to some materials. So we thank him a lot because he's helping us in also from the technical point of view, considering his long-standing experience in a circular economy, in the fulfillment of the different actions dealing with the project. The project is also managed by of course, by our Secretariat, and in particular by Frederic Jerome, and also by Giacomo, if I'm not wrong. And of course, by the people of the management and control area of Eurada. I'd like to spend just a few words, and then I will leave the floor to Ibrahim and to Fatih in order to tell you briefly the story of our relationship with the OKA. First of all, the Regional Development Agency, let's say, was one of the first regional, or maybe the first regional development agency being member of the network and of Eurada. This also because the relations among people inside the regional development agencies are very important. The previous president of OKA used to had an experience of some twinning with some of our members, in particular one that is Ervet, which doesn't exist anymore because, as you know, Ervet has been merged with Arter and with Aster and created Arter. And thanks to Mevlut, who then, after this twinning, which, if I'm not wrong, was among Ervet and the Izmir Regional Development Agency, started this relationship with the European, or become stronger, the relationship with the European dimension. And Mevlut was then named president of OKA, and afterwards he decided to become, let's say, that OKA became a member of Eurada. As you know, Mevlut was our vice president during my first mandate. And then now he retired, if I'm not wrong. Anyway, he's not the president of OKA anymore. And he contributed together with all the people of OKA, and they did a big work to the organization of one Agorada Plus. I don't remember exactly the year. Maybe it was 2000.
It was 2012.
2012. Maybe at the time, I don't remember if Izmir was candidated for the Expo. Am I right?
Yes, something like that, I think.
Yes, it was just before the Expo that in the end was held in Milan. And this Agorado Plus was centered on social innovation, but also on Industry 4.0. And it was really interesting and really attended by a lot of people, a lot of attendants. I think that at least 200 people were there. And we also made some very interesting study visits in the territory. cultural and also, of course, some visits to some enterprises. Then I shut up, I give the floor to Ibrahim and then to Fatih, and I again thank you so much. And I also would like to thank our Secretariat that has organized everything. The floor is yours, Ibrahim.
Thank you so much, Roberta, for these nice words about the history between OKA and Eurada. We are proud to be a member of Eurada for more than 10 years. I think we have been a member since 2010, and we get very fruitful results from this membership. We organize many meetings, many trainings, many study visits, peer-to-peer activities, project partnerships, something like that. We are very happy to be inside Eurada. First of all, I greet you with my most sincere feelings from Turkey, from Samsun, on behalf of Middle Black Sea Development Agency, OKA. I would like to thank to our president, Ms. Roberta, and all other Eurada executives for providing us such a valuable promotional opportunity. We are very happy to make a presentation about our activities to you. As you know, like many other development agencies in the world and in Europe, we OKA carrying out activities to support social and economic development activities in our region. And today, my dear colleague Fatih Ege, who has also been working at Eurada within the framework of an academic project right now, he will make a presentation on the topics that OKA focuses on and the future prospects of OKA. He will share some common points, some bullet points maybe with you. At the end of this presentation, our aim is to introduce OKA to you and just to enable you to evaluate OKA as a suitable, collaborative, high-capacity partner in the upcoming activities, upcoming projects for the agencies that you are already representing. And if you allow me to take advantage of this opportunity just to add something, I would like to express my thoughts on the mission of Fatih at Eurada. In fact, he is an experienced regional development expert, and his project is very, very valuable for matching academic research with practice in the field. As Roberta mentioned, his focusing point is about circular economy on agricultural development like that. Beyond that, I think it's a very good example for the development agencies in Turkey just to expand their communication channels, cooperation channels with Eurada and with other European institutions. This mission will be a very good example for the other agencies in Turkey, I think, because this is the first an expert from a regional development agency in Turkey is carrying out a mission at Eurada. So this is the first, and I think this is a very well effects in the future. I believe we will get a very good results after the completion of this mission. I don't want to take your time too much because he will make a presentation. Dear participants, thank you again for your participation and attention and your interest. I wish you success in your work. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Thank you for your words. And I would like to leave the floor immediately to Fatih, telling you that, as you know, OKA is not the only one Turkish regional development agency belonging to the network. I think that the majority of the regional development agencies then, after the participation of OKA, decided to be member of Eurada, so they paved the way. This is true. So I give the floor to Fatih in order to listen to his presentation, and I kindly ask you, if you have any question, any doubt, please write them on the chat. And Giacomo, do you want to add something?
No, absolutely not. I simply would like to give the floor to Fatih And I would like to say that it's a kind of, I agree with what Tem said, it's a kind of pilot test that can be followed by other development agencies or maybe with OKA as well in the future. I think it's a fruitful opportunity, the fact that we can interact really by meeting every day in the office and discussing about how we do regional development in different countries with a bit different backgrounds, culture. I think it's a really fruitful exchange. So without no further delay, I would like to give the floor to Fatih.
Okay, thank you very much for all these good sentences. And first, let me share my presentation. I think everyone can see the presentation. Okay. And
yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. And before I start, let me introduce shortly myself. I have graduated from Istanbul Technical University in 2008 from management engineering. And from that time, I have been working for regional development agencies. First 7 years was in Doha. It was in Eastern Black Sea region. And the last 5 years, I have been working for OKA. I have worked in different units, actually, from programming to monitoring of the programs, support programs, also in planning units. And now, for the time being, I'm working as human resources and financial management services in OKA. And before my presentation, I really also want to thank to Eurada management for giving me this opportunity. Also, really thank to Eurada officers for their great welcome here from the first day. And in addition, also I want to thank to our Secretary General. He allowed me to come here with no obstacle, as I have some duties on something, but he really supported me on this issue for being here for 2 months. Actually, it's a long time. So after this short introduction, let me go into my presentation. My presentation will be in 2 parts, actually. The first part will be about legal background and current national performance of our Turkish Regional Development Agencies. And the second part will be specifically about OKA, its organizational structure, personnel structure, and planning support mechanism, and investment promotion activities, as well as Eurada relations, which already Robert and Ethem mentioned about that. And let me start with Turkish RDAs. With the story, actually, the story of RDAs, Turkish RDAs, begin with EU membership as a candidate for Turkey in the early years of 2000. At that time, we have actually still, we have negotiation chapter about regional policy and coordination of structural instruments. So under this negotiation, establishing RDAs was one of the key actions to sustain a strong and competitive regional environment. And agencies was one of the key actors to use these regional funds. So it was important to establish such kind of bodies. So with this background, with this EU membership process, the rule for services of development agencies was created by our government in 2006. Actually, the name was different in the beginning, but now the name of the rule is Services of Development Agencies. It's simpler now. And with the help of this rule, in 2008, 2 pilot agencies were established. One of them was Çukurova Development Agency, and the other one was ISKA. They were pilot agencies, and they were very successful on those missions. So that in 2009 and 10, completion of other 24 agencies establishment was done. And now, for the time being, we have 26 agencies. And from the rule also, the main purpose of agencies actually initiating cooperation between public, private, and NGOs, ensuring appropriate and effective use of resources. Also, improving the local potential in a sustainable way, of course. And the most important thing is reducing interregional and intra-regional disparities on development issues. This is the main purposes of agencies, actually. And as you can see from the map, we have 26 RDAs in Turkey. But before that, I have to mention that our regional statistical regions has changed to adoption to a European maps system, so that we can create such kind of RDAs. And today we are coordinated by General Directorate of Development Agencies, which is under Ministry of Industry and Technology. So they coordinate on national level all 26 agencies. And on national level, if we look at all RDAs, today we have more than 1,200 staff, of which 670 experts. And those experts are very well educated, we can say, and they at least they know one foreign language. And as a gender issue, we can say 32% of total staff in RDAs is women, and 27% of the experts, the total staff actually has master or bachelor's degree. So we can say these high educated staff is all around Turkey and trying to sustain regional development. And after the personal issue, we can clarify the revenue structure of RDAs. This structure is common for all RDAs, so it's important to understand the issue. We can say we have a hybrid revenue structure. So also we can say Turkish RDAs is a unique structure in Turkish governmental organization. Our revenues comes from both local shares, also from central part. But the most important part comes from the local shares. As local shares, I mean that from municipalities, from Chamber of Commerce offices, and state provincial administrations. It's a unique body in the provinces. 41% of our revenue comes from that, and 25% comes from central budget. Also, some part of revenue comes from SOGEP and CMDP. It's a private program. Also, it comes from the central budget, actually. And as of 2020, all RDAs revenue was 2.1 billion Turkish lira. Actually, if we calculate in euro, it will be less, but this is better in Turkish lira. Yeah. If we speak about common policy areas of RDAs, here you can see some basic policy areas. As you can see, we have some cross-cutting issues like promotion and incentives, national collaborations, international collaborations. I cannot say all of the agencies are dealing with all those topics. Of course, some agencies have some unique force on unique areas. For example, as far as I know, ISCA is dealing with renewable energy, low carbon economy, and DOKA as well, they are dealing with tourism. We are mainly focusing nowadays on foreign trade activities, foreign trade support to companies. So as you can, the numbers in the parentheses shows that how many agencies are dealing with those topics. So you can summarize all the activities, all the areas from national level from this chart, actually. As part two, if we go into specific case of OKA. Let me show our central building, which was founded by a EU project. I will mention about it later. And as you see, it's on the middle of something organized industrial zone. This was a purpose selection about our location. So since we are in the heart of something organized industrial zone, we have very close relationship between manufacturing companies in the region. They are using our building as an academy, since we have training rooms and conference salons. They are very interacting with us and with our building. So one of our mission is to serve them in those areas. And this is our personnel. We are 40 now for the time being, and with 23 experts. They are also well educated and knows at least one foreign language. And if we look at the organizational structure, we can say we are responsible to board of directors. We have a board of directors consists of mayors, governors, and head of chamber of commerce offices. They are actually top deciders in the province. So we can say if we want to intervene in some area, they are highly effective to support us. So Secretariat General is normally board of directors making the strategic decisions and mostly related with monetary issues. And after these strategic decisions, our Secretariat, General Secretariat, makes the implementing issues. It's an implementing body with 4 working units and 4 investment support offices. As of the beginning of this year, we have changed our structure, actually. Before it was a functional unit structure, but now we have changed it to a thematic working units. As you can see, we have tourism and branding unit new, and value-added production unit, it's also new. So with this thematic working structure, we are more flexible to intervene the specific areas, actually. And as I mentioned about thematic structure, for the last 3 years, we have changed our working style, actually. Before that, we were working a yearly programming style, but now we are working on result-oriented programs, which is focused on achieving strategic development goals by bringing local actors together and at the same goal in specific sectors, in specific teams and places. And our vision is more than 1 year in this term. At least 3 to 5 years, we are intervening the same area. And for the time being, we have 4 ROPs, let's say shortly, result-oriented programs. And one of them is branding of cities on the axis of culture and nature. And the other one is value-added production and export. The other one, corporate development, which is very related to our internal issues. And the last ROP is local development opportunities. Let me shortly give info about our thematic focus. The first ROP, branding of cities, under this ROP, we have concrete actions actually about tourism, sustainable destination plans, gastronomic tourism, which is which has very high potential in our region, actually, especially in Tokat region, let's say. And we also trying to make inventory studies about UNESCO, ecotourism and agrotourism studies. Also, we are making regional promotion, including social media, content creation. And for those areas, we also have some support mechanisms to to give some support to actors in tourism sector actually. And for our second thematic focus, let's say ROP, it's about value-added production and export. This is mainly, in this ROP, we are mainly focusing on profit-oriented organizations for their foreign trade activities actually. And we are creating trainings for them. We are trying to organize matchmaking activities for companies on international level, of course. And we also have some technical and financial support mechanisms for the foreign trade struggles in Turkey, in our region. And I will mention about more about our foreign trade center later. And let's say about our third ROP, it's local development opportunities. Under this ROP, we have activities that we shouldn't underestimate, but not related to other ROP, such kind of regional innovation and infrastructure inventory, women studies, women cooperative studies, like we have strong infrastructure in Amasya and Tokat. We have good examples, best practices there. Also, we are trying to organize TSTEM trainings to increase the project preparation capacity of the region. Urban planning and employment supports under this ROP. We are also organizing concrete actions. Also, we are doing EU Green Deal awareness-raising activities nowadays under this ROP. Yeah, about our thematic focus, we can say all these. And if we come to our planning role, planning is one of the key role of our days. And nowadays, we are preparing a regional plan for the next 4 years, starting from 2024. We are preparing this plan with our experts, actually, not an external expert. And we are preparing this plan in an inclusive way for getting ideas from regional actors, actually. And these plans will be also based. These plans will be also a base for regional development national strategy, which name is Rbas shortly. So after we finish our regional plans, our general directorate, our coordination body, will use these plans to create Rbas actually. And apart from regional planning, so far we have prepared several strategic documents, actually, like strategic plans, regional innovation strategy, gender action plan, smart specialization strategy, some valuable strategic documents we have done so far, actually. And another role of agencies, also support mechanism, we can say. Once we plan something, once we plan the priority areas, we intervene these areas with our support mechanism. And we are supporting both profit-oriented companies, also public bodies and NGOs. If you speak about public bodies and NGOs, actually grant ratios are higher. And of course, it is still important to have co-financing. It's a strong asset to get project permission. For profit-oriented companies, for the last few years, there is a tendency that we are also our national coordination body promotes this issue. We are using much more interest-free loans support. Since call for proposal programs like grants have some disadvantaged effects on fraud issues, maybe we can say. And we have financial support, technical supports, and feasibility support. In financial supports, we have also SOGEP and CMDP, its attraction support program. It has some kind of unique structure, different structure. the money comes from directly to central budget. And on these programs, scope and final decision are made by our ministry. We are making Secretariat actually on these support programs. And after this general structure, we can say so far we have supported more than 900 projects actually with 486 million Turkish lira from 2010 to today. And if I, let me skip this. If I show some supported projects from our region, for example, this is a tourism infrastructure project in Amasya. We did restoration and street renovation in the city center. Amasya is very famous for its tourism potential and heritage actually. And another project in Amasya we have supported, you can see, it's a lighting project near Yeşilırmak River. In the nighttime, it's amazing actually. And you can see another project in Altıköy region in Amasya. This one is a guided project, which means we have prepared the infrastructure and the local authorities, local bodies implement the project. This project was actually a rural development project. With this renewable energy, villagers use this energy for irrigation, for agricultural issues. So this was, I can say, a best practice in our region. And another project I can show you in Samsun, in Bafra, which is my hometown also. We have supported a tobacco museum project in Bafra. Before it was very famous, tobacco production in Samsun, but nowadays it's decreasing, but still we have good quality tobacco. So this was a good demonstration project in the region. And another project I can tell about in Samsun. In Samsun we have a wetland which the longest river in Turkey, which name is Kızılırmak, falls into the sea. There is a wetland over there, and there is a bird sanctuary area, and it's very famous and unique area. Actually, we call it Kızılırmak Bird Paradise. In that wetland, we have more than 250 bird species actually, and now the area is on the tentative UNESCO heritage list. So we have tried to prepare the documents for that. And also we have some concrete nature education centers that it was supported by our guided program. Because not only bird species, there are also other kind of species in the area. It's a perfect area for education for kids, also for university students to explore the nature. So this area is a very important area for us, and we are trying to protect this area with municipality and ministry. It's another good example of project of us. And this is a TOGE project about furniture design in Samsun. With this kind of projects, we are trying to create jobs for disadvantaged people actually. And another SME project, we can say, we have supported in the early years of OKA in textile industry. It's in Tokat actually. Tokat and Samsun has a potential on textile, both for infrastructure, for incentives, also for the capacity of human resources. And another sample project supported by us on SME machinery in Çorum. And this is another project in Çorum. Maybe you can know Hattuşa it's the capital of ancient Hittite Empire. It's a unique and very important area. So we have supported some visibility and labeling studies in this area. Yeah, this was the some samples of our 900 projects in the region. Maybe you can think more concretely in a more concrete way. And not only we are supporting, but also we are providing extra funds, outsourced projects to the region. So far, for 13 years, we have been involved 15 projects as an applicant, partner, or associate. So I will mention about 2 projects in this issue. One is OKA and the other one is Samsung Logistic projects. Both 2 projects are very important for us actually, and for also the region. And for OKA project, as I mentioned in the beginning, we had 8 million euro budget under instrument for pre-accession assistance, IPA. And the project aimed to increase the institutional capacity of OKA and to use this capacity to serve the region actually. And with this project, we had we built our service building in 2017 and we moved there. Now we are operating there. Also under this project, we had some analyzing activities about regional competitiveness, and we had some staff trainings. So this project gave us more in order to increase our technical capacity, operational capacity. And the other important project, which was funded by EU, is Samsung Logistics Center. Logistics was an important topic from the beginning of OKA. In 2010, we prepared a logistic master plan for the region. And with the help of this plan, we got a major support, which was first in Turkey, actually, with 41 million euros. We have grants from IPA projects also. And with this project, we established a new logistics center. Maybe you can know from the map, Samsung is in the middle of Black Sea, and it has a gate to inside of Turkey. Also, it has a seaways on Black Sea. So logistics sector is very important and has a great potential to improve. With this project, we already success some kind of improvement. With this project, we established new logistics centers, new warehouses. Also, we trained people with the aim of having qualified labor force in the sector, and our support continued to this project. Apart from EU funds, we also supported from our attraction center support program. Horizontal warehouses were built and loader vehicles were purchased in order to increase the storage diversity in this center and to provide bulk cargo services. So this was a major project which is very important for us and for region. And one of the main roles for agencies is investment promotion. Since we have special bodies in the provinces, in 4 provinces we have investment support offices. We are making investment processes easier to investors in the name of government. In the name of government is important because if we want something from public bodies as investment support offices, they have to give that information by the help of our rules actually. So let's say investment support offices is a one-stop office to serve the investors in the region in the areas such as promotion activities, providing data to investors, also land allocation services. If we have a suitable land in organized industrial zones or some governmental areas, we can help the investors to allocate these lands for investments. Also, we are giving consultation about our incentive structure to investors. And even we can apply on behalf of them to the system. So these all services are free of charge, like other services of agency. And we are also preparing some feasibility analysis to analyze potential investments on the region. I can give some examples: thermal hotels, wind power, biomass power plants, aircraft maintenance, or some greenhouses, aquaculture and fish processing investments. We are making all these kind of feasibility studies each year, and we are helping the investors to make their mind clear about those potentials in our region, actually. And lastly, I would like to mention about our competitiveness and foreign trade support center, which is very important for us. For the last 3 years, we are focusing on this center by the help of investment support offices. We are aiming to deliver services for regional companies in order to increase their share from international markets. So nowadays, maybe you can know, we have a weak currency, and it's very suitable to focus exporting activities for companies, and they are trying to find a way to open their products to a European market and other international market. So on this issue, we are actually struggling great. We are making important export target market research for companies. Also, we are trying to search potential customers, product price analysis, customer communication, and import supplier support, tender inquiries, and direct consultancy to companies. Also, these kind of services is free of charge. Every year we are purchasing databases like 10 Data and Hoovers. This kind of databases have special information and that normal companies cannot find. So we are purchasing these databases, and we are using these kind of databases to support companies in order to increase their foreign trade activities. Actually, we already mentioned about Eurada, Roberta and Mr. Etemşahin. Since we are a member of Eurada since 2010, and we are receiving support from Eurada on Europe networking, joint project planning, and cooperation with international actors. And also we are sharing our potential to other members with the help of Eurada, thanks to Eurada for their support to us. And as a final word, we are looking forward to further cooperations with Eurada and other partners, actually. And thanks for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Fatih.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Let me give a second. I'm trying to plug in my battery, and I'm coming.
Yes, don't worry, Fatih. In the meanwhile, there are some comments in the chat. I'd like to thank a lot, Fatih, for this presentation. And I really would like to do the same with other members, because I believe that this is a very useful exercise in order to better know each other and to take this opportunity of networking at the most.
Roberta, may I have the word? Just
yes, please.
Thanks, Fatih. It was a very good presentation. And I would like to add something about the presentation, about the information which was given about our agency. Maybe this can be the some answers for the comments part. Actually, I think the first part of the presentation is almost same for all of the Turkish agencies. I mean, we are giving supports to the internal projects, and we are just monitoring internal projects which were submitted by our stakeholders. This is the same for all the Turkish agencies, but the second part is different. It can be differentiated for the agencies in Turkey, which is your project capacity. OKA has been a partner or the applicant for many projects for about 15 years. As Fatih mentioned, we are very interested in projects, European projects, international projects. As Giacomo has written on the chat part, yes, we are dealing with Horizon 2020. We are trying to increase our capacity. We are trying to be a partner, but unfortunately, we are not very successful in this means. But
yes, support, we can do something, Secretary General.
As you may remember, we are a third-party member for the Oasis project, which was implemented by Eurada in the past. But we are very open to these kind of collaborations. I think we consider ourselves successful if you think that OKA is open to be a partner for your project ideas, and if you think that yes, we can write to Fatih or somebody from OKA, they will reply, they will be interested in our idea, they will make comments or contributions. Yes, we feel ourselves successful in terms of this presentation. This is my answers to your questions. Actually, the agencies are in Turkey are not money generating, I mean fund or budget generating institutions. We are getting our budget from the central government or other sources. But with these projects, we can generate some kind of budget or fund for the agency. We cover some of our costs. And we also carry out some strategic or some interesting activities which cannot be a subject to the central government's ideas. So we are giving so much importance to these project partnerships. This is the thing I want to say.
Roberta, about our annual budget, our Secretary General.
Yes, I put some questions which are a little bit connected to what Ibrahim was saying. Yeah. And afterwards, I would like to give, I let you talk, Fatih, and then I would like to give the floor to Nora and to Jerome and Nora who rose their hand. Please, Fatih.
Yeah, about our annual budget, it's somehow 50 million, we can say, our Secretary General. 50 million.
But it's in Turkish liras, so
yeah,
you know.
I'm saying, I'm saying it's in Turkish lira. It looks much more actually.
Our expense budget is something like that, 50 million Turkish liras. But you know what's it?
Realization.
Yes, that's the increase of the I don't know, euro prices. Let's say it's around now. It's around 13 million euro, no, 3 million euros per year. This budget consists of mainly half of the budget is going to the administrative expenses, and half of it we are allocating it to our projects in these tourism and value-added sectors, industrial kind of supports. So this is the same, but if the exchange rate goes down, our budget will also increase in euros.
Okay. Our national government increases our budget.
In order to better understand, so your turnover, it's not a turnover, the budget in order to make the agency live is 3 million euro.
Yeah, it's
but you manage much more money because you also act as, let's say, the authority that manages the money coming from the Rbas, from the regional operational programs. Am I right? because this money comes to you and then it is distributed on the territory as loans or 100%, it depends, or investment. Am I right?
Yeah, something like that, yes.
Okay, thank you. Jérôme and then Nora, please.
Hi, everyone. Sorry for not having my camera active. My internet seems a bit unstable today. I hope you can hear me. Thank you very much for your very interesting presentation, Fatih, on, I must say, a very impressive scope of activities that you have there. I was wondering about cooperations between your agency and other RDAs in Turkey. You mentioned that you operate under a national scheme, but I was wondering if there are some cross-regional activities, if you uphold some partnerships with other RDAs in Turkey, and how cooperation works in that level.
Yeah, for sure. We have cooperations with other agencies actually on specific issues. For example, we are focusing on foreign trade. Our national directorate gives us a mission to cooperate with some agencies in the Black Sea region, like northern and western part. We are sharing our experience on foreign trade with those agencies. Also, we have some common studies with OKA and other agencies related to tourism. And we can say on subject base, we are cooperating with each other. And with the help of our national directorate, for the last 3 years, this cooperation has increased actually.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nora, please.
Yeah, thank you, Fatih, for your presentation. It was super interesting to me, looking at regional development from a different perspective and point of view. And yes, I have a question because as a young woman who recently joined Eurada and so recently became familiar with this issue, I was wondering which is the degree of women's involvement in this type of issue in OKA as well as in general in Turkey. Or there are regions or sectors in which they are more involved or more into, or not.
Yeah, maybe Sedan can also add some issues to those gender missions. But as I say, for our agency, the women staff ratio is a bit low, but they are making great on especially topics like social entrepreneurship and women cooperative. They are making great contributions to those issues. Also, we have women managers like Sedanım and Medikanım. She is Tokat. She's the head of Tokat Investment Support Office.
Yes, only two.
Only two, yeah, unfortunately. But we are very well aware of gender issues in our agency, I can say. Maybe Sedan can add something. I don't know.
Thank you, Fatih.
Yeah, there is always a debate between Sedan and me about these issues, but we are well aware of these gender issues in our agency.
Thank you, Fatih. Maybe Seda would like to comment in general the situation of women in regional development agencies. We do not have to forget that during our history of relations with the RDAs in Turkey, we had the opportunity to meet with a lot of women at top level, others who now have created their company in UK, like Meltem, or the director, the ex-director of the Regional Development Agency of Istanbul, who now, if I'm not wrong, is the Vice Minister for Culture. So let's say that we women always have to struggle a little bit in order to have our place in regional development agencies and in general in the working world. But I can state, and then I leave the floor to Seda, that for sure in Turkish regional development agencies, there are women with very strong competences, skills, and also very motivated, at least the one that I've met. So with a big potential and also sometimes with already big responsibilities. But I leave the floors to Seda.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Seda, I'm the legal advisor of OKA. Thanks to Fatih for his presentation and his comments on Nora's question. Yes, we are very low as number, and we don't have any women general secretary in 26 RDA. But I can say we are trying to support women and women's projects more than other organizations. We are trying to achieve this topic. But also I have to add that RDAs are have to focus on these women issues more than other organizations, because we had to develop our country. So a country cannot develop without women. So we are trying on this issue, and I hope we will be better soon. Thank you.
Let me add something about this. Yes, women and or gender issues is not a mainstream area for us mainly, but it's a horizontal issue, so we try to cover it. But we have no negative attitude or some behavior about this issue. We are trying to do our best. Yes, this is the truth. We have no women secretary generals in Turkey, but we have head of units in the ministry. We have 3 or 4, I don't remember the exact number, 3 or 4 head of units. We have 2 unit managers in the agency. We have just 6 women workers in the agency. So this is like that. The picture is like that. And another comment for the Jerome's ideas or his comments. Let me say that you can use OKA as a starting point for the communication or for sharing ideas with the Turkish RDAs. If you need to open a new door, new page with any other agency in Turkey, you can consult it with us because the Turkish agencies are a member of a family, so we are directly connected with us. We are always sharing ideas with us. We are trying to share our projects with us. So if you want to find a Turkish partner for your activities and you need some friendly suggestions, please call us. So we are trying to coordinate, yes, this foreign trade or foreign trade investigation activity within the agencies in Turkey, but we can do more for you. Okay.
Graham, thank you so much, and I really appreciate your ability to go from a topic to another, less complicated, let's say. So I don't want to insist on the gender questions. The only thing that I would like to say is, in order to, and linking to what Seda said, in the sense that sometimes, not always, but sometimes women are able to give great value added to RDAs because of their creativity and their sensitivity to all the questions that give to a territory the real value added, which is not only technology, innovation, not only a lot of tourism, but also social services, the possibility of women to go to work, the possibility of young people to and children to become citizens when they are very small, And this is possible also thanks to a big social service network and also citizens' participation, so third sector development. And this is typical, sometimes it is pushed by women. But anyway, going back to the question of the network of regional development agencies in Turkey, you know that OKA is not the only one members from Turkey in our network. You know that on the contrary of other countries like Italy, for example, in Turkey there is this like Fatih was explaining at the very beginning of his intervention. There is a unit or a department inside the Ministry for Industry and Energy, which is devoted to regional development agencies. Moreover, I'd like also to announce you and to inform you, maybe you already know, that Eurada in order to support the implementation in Turkey. So I see Ibrahim with the in his eyes. Then I will try to explain it better, because maybe you can help us to have this assignment. And this would allow to go on with this kind of exercise, doing not only in different regions, applying and being the main actors in the elaboration, monitor and implementation of the S3 strategy in each region. Okay, then in the end, I think that we are close to the end of this meeting. I'd like to thank all of you, and I really think that this has been an opportunity to know a little better about OKA, just the beginning, because you know, and we will spread the information to all the network, that there will be the possibility to ask for more questions to Fatih, because now we have seen the slides, we have seen the presentation, very interesting and synthetical but very clear presentation of Fatih and of Ibrahim. I think that if we have other curiosities, we can for sure ask for more. We will make, if you allow us, we will distribute your slides to the members, because I think that on that basis, surely they will have more questions to ask you, or maybe ask you to take part to a project due to the particular areas of activities that you have described. So thank you so much. This is the beginning of an exercise. I will meet Fatih, I hope, next week in Brussels. Yeah. We will arrange a meeting. We will take half an hour, if you agree, maybe more, sure, in order to talk. And I think that is all on my side. I don't know if Giacomo or Nora or my colleagues from the Secretariat, that I would like to thank them very much, because they are doing, the idea was their idea, and I really agree for this hint they gave us. That's all on my side. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fatih. Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you, Seda, and all of the colleagues of OKA for your participation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everybody.